Thousands of miles from shore, out of the sight of prying eyes, things happen. Things that very few people know about.
We're just like southwest of the Galapagos, and last time we saw them east of the Galapagos. This one's been getting closer to us all day.
There's an underworld out here that uses secrecy, technology, and brute strength to bring home as much profit as possible.
It's crazy how big they are, and we've seen ones like this and then they have a helicopter on top.
The fleet is a vast and complex network among hundreds of vessels. Many ships spend long periods at sea where shocking human rights violations have been reported. It's just out of the media's eye and out of sight, out of mind, you know?
I'm Ben, that's Ashley. Together, we did the unimaginable. We sold everything and then set off on a mission to sail around the world.
Civilization. See you later.
Fishing competition, man. I think I win.
This is gonna be awesome.
After 38 countries, over 40,000 nautical miles, and welcoming 2 kids along the way, we are on our second lap around the world. In this episode, Ben makes a rookie mistake that ends with our sail falling down on deck.
Doesn't look good from this angle.
We almost hit a whale and dodge a fishing fleet illegally fishing off the Galapagos. Subscribe to follow the adventure as we live a life at sea.
I have no idea what's gonna happen.
What's for breakfast, guys? Pancakes. We're in the southeast trades now. It's blowing 10 to 15 knots. It's bouncy. The waves aren't quite organized yet. I much prefer bigger waves, organized waves, rather than short, small waves. Usually, Ashley purees kale and puts it in the batter, and then it's all green.
But they're a little pale today because we're a little low on kale. It's 10 days in, and the lettuce, that kind of supply is a little bit.
Is that enough syrup for you?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Bodhi, how much syrup do you have? Lots?
Yeah.
You got a pretty good lake there, buddy. The kids are adapting well to life at sea. What do you guys want to do today?
Yeah, a sticker book.
Sticker book, okay. Alright, those that are unfamiliar with our cruising Code Zeros, we love them. This is the latest version. It's a laminate one. We had a laminate cruising Code Zero when we first got this boat. It was really old, and eventually we replaced it with a Dacron one. We leave this up to mid-20s, and it really moves the boat. Even though we don't have a performance boat, per se, we can move our boat with bigger sails. So you're getting all the comfort with a cruising boat, having bigger pontoons, more living space, but you're also getting reasonable speeds with these big sails. And the beauty of this particular laminate sail from Precision Sails is that it holds its shape really well. It's got a really, get my head out of the way, it's got a really nice foil shape to it. And what that does is it actually allows that slot, that space between the main and the Code Zero to accelerate and create more wind. Yeah, we'll see how this does in the next weeks, but so far so good. I mean, it's ramped up to low 20s true wind speed, and this thing looks to be bulletproof. Thanks, Precision Sails. I really love this thing.
So we've had our first issue of the trip. What's going on, Ben? Doesn't look good from this angle.
Come on, you got the camera out. I just flew the drone. Ashley was sleeping, I flew the drone. And of course, as soon as she wakes up, there's catastrophe. So I assembled this Code Zero. And what you do, this is called an anti-torsion line. This runs down the luff of it to furl it. Well, you gotta tie the top of the Code Zero to this torsion line. And I screwed up. I tied it right at the thimble where there's a sharp point, and it chafed through. Really dumb operator error. So anyways, I think I'll put the sail away till a calmer day.
Either you put up the main with a couple with the reef, or are we
The main is up.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And look around.
I just woke up.
Put up the mainsail. Put it up. Put it up.
I should get a life jacket on too. All right, I'll pull out the Genoa,
Okay, pull up. I'll fix this.
but I do want it fixed because this is our main go fast sail.
So this is the Nahoa that ripped off right there. And it was connected to this thimble right here. It's a really dumb move on my part because you can see where I tied it. It's at the bottom of the end of the thimble where there's a sharp bit. I should have tied it to the bar just above where my thumb is there, or higher up towards my thumb, and I tied it down here. Anyways, lesson learned. Always learning, always humble, always having fun. You only have fun when you go fast and push your boat.
Let's get going fast. I want to get there already. I did the math, and if we do like our little like 5 knots, 5.5 knots, we got another 20 days out here. So I'm thinking that 8 would be good. Let's do 8, Ben. Fix that sail. I'll go pull out the Genoa. We managed to get everything back, the torsion line back in the thing, and Ben tied it back on. But now the big question is, do we put it up right away or do we wait till it's calmer? What are you thinking?
I'm thinking let's have some more fun.
Oh God.
Back to our old sailing racing days.
I'm really happy to put it back up. I think that's a great idea because I like to go fast, let's face it. But I said to him, I do not want to rip our brand new sail. Let's see if I can film any of it from inside. There, we've had another issue with autopilot. What's out there? Are they? Oh, look at that one jump. It is one of those days out here and it is calm. It is so calm. The water is this brilliant turquoise where the sunbeams seem to go through it like spider webs. It is so calm. So calm. I can do loads of laundry. I've never done this on Passage before, but we are looking at like another 2 weeks of sailing out here, especially if it's going to stay calm like this for another day. We've been just sitting here talking about how exhausted we are. It's 2 weeks into the trip and
I can't sleep. Like I'll sleep for an hour and then I'll wake up. All of a sudden I'll be like, feel like I need to pay attention or something. And I can't get out of my mind. I can rest. And just turn it off. And the conditions are docile as can be. I don't know.
I don't have that problem. Isn't that cool? Think we'll see the green flash tonight? Look at the clouds. It looks like mountains there and they're just clouds. It's so cool. And that's that. That's the sun setting on day 12. Yay! Day 12, we're getting closer. Can you believe it, guys? Super calm. It's really nice. The kids can run. We make them wear life jackets up here. Right, Willa? Willa's there. We just took her life jacket off, but she's hiding in the corner thinking about it. Constant battle.
Bye, son.
Bye, son.
Hey guys, for the sponsor of today's video, I want to show you a product that came across our radar. These are Drift air fresheners for your vehicle, your boat, or your trailer. The one thing that separates these air fresheners from other air fresheners is they have really good aesthetics. It's not something that dangles off your mirror or clips onto your event. It's a really unique product. The other thing that sets them apart is they infuse this natural wood with essential oils. There's no artificial chemicals or other scents like other air fresheners. What's cool about Drift is you can get them as a subscription. You can change your scent choice, your delivery frequency, or cancel your subscription at any time. And the product is pretty affordable at $9 to $15 per scent, and scents last about 30 days. Installation couldn't be simpler. You simply slide this clip onto your visor and then the scent attaches as a magnet. Make sure to use my code Nahoa, Nahoa, for 55% off your first subscription at Drift. That makes it less than $5 for your first month. Just visit drift.co and enter that code And let's get back to today's video.
Good morning, everyone. The sun is up and the wind is calming down a little bit, which is nice. Well, actually, no, I kind of liked it. We were averaging around 8 knots and it's dropping down slowly. We're averaging about 7.5 probably now.
When it comes to sailing long distances, even small increases in boat speed can make a significant difference. Let's take a look at the impact of averaging 5.5 knots compared to 5 knots over 2,800 nautical mile passage across the Pacific. At an average of 5 knots, the total time to complete the passage is 560 hours, which translates to about 23 days at sea. However, by increasing our average speed to 5.5 knots, the total time is reduced to 509 hours, or roughly 21 days at sea. It's amazing how much of a difference just half a knot can make over long distances.
It's morning routines. We've had breakfast. Bodhi's playing with his airplane. This airplane is probably his most favoritely loved toy in the entire world. Pretty much. Yeah, we're about to get on with the day. I have nothing planned. And we have a long ways to go.
I, on the other hand, I'm fueling up. We got a little bit of wind this morning, but this passage has definitely been one of the lighter ones. We went upwind for a week coming out of Panama. I am on the last of our jerry cans. We've probably ripped through 500 liters at least, and luckily I think we only have like a day left of motoring, maybe half a day, and then we hook into the proper southeast trades. I never have any expectations about a trip, but I do prepare for the worst, and prepare for the worst weather, prepare for the lightest conditions. The worst weather can also be the lightest conditions, so I prepare for both. Anyways, I'm gonna keep fueling up. Is there a whale out there? Where's the whale?
What happened, Ash? Oh, right there.
Oh, there!
There might be pilot whales. We should probably furl.
A boat sunk. I think it was last year crossing here. They hit a whale and it just totally destroyed their boat. We're going super fast right now. We're doing like 8 knots, so probably better just to slow down a little bit when they're that close. Like they're literally 3 or 4 boat lengths away. So yeah, we'll just take it easy for a minute. Yeah, it's nice. We'll slow down for dinner.
Wow, curry for dinner. Chef Ashley cooks no matter what the conditions. Blowing a gale, she'll make a curry. Blowing a storm, she'll make sushi.
Not true.
Very true.
Getting lazier.
Look at this.
So there's a crazy fishing boat out there. Well, it's not that crazy. I think it's just a purse seiner. You know what they call them? They like drop these huge nets and then zip them up and lift them all out with the giant whatever. But this one's been getting closer to us all day. It's not on AIS, which is weird. Even a lot of the little fishing boats are often on AIS, so that seems strange. I don't know why they don't go on AIS. Maybe they're hiding their location from each other. Crazy how big they are. And we've seen ones like this, and then they have a helicopter on top and a giant like tuna tower. They come in all shapes and sizes. It's kind of incredible. We're just like southwest of the Galapagos, and last time we saw them east of the Galapagos, so they're all over the oceans. And I think this is a really good fishing area, probably with that cold current that we have.
It's incredible how vulnerable you feel out here. I think there's just no one around to help you. You know, like you're, not that they're going to do anything, but you know, we'll see how this plays out. Stay tuned. It looks like they have 3 little yellow tenders on either side, so 6 yellow tenders and then a big kind of workboat on the back. It's kind of like a modern version of the Filipino fishing boat. It'd be cool to see him deploy. Hopefully he doesn't deploy around us. I think we're okay though. We're just fishing.
We're pretty visible.
At least it's not nighttime. At least it's not Asia. Or like off the coast of Africa. I think we're okay. Feeling pretty safe here.
Feeling pretty safe, or am I? When you're in the middle of nowhere with no one around, your mind sometimes plays tricks on you. We've been out of the range of Coast Guard or any sort of outside assistance for weeks. Why is their automatic identification system off? These are absolutely massive ships and they are required to have AIS. What are they hiding? Sometimes you have lots of questions and not many answers out here.
You can see them on radar, but that's it. It's incredible having Starlink because look at this article. Where did it go? In recent discovery by Ecuadorian Navy off a vast fishing armada of 340 Chinese vessels just off the biodiverse Galapagos Islands has stirred outrage both in Ecuador and overseas. Blah, blah, blah. 325 of these 340 ships. It's a huge fleet. I think what you have to understand is that the international offshore fishing situation is these guys will fish, they'll offload their fish onto a transport vessel offshore, then they'll continue to fish those waters, and then that transport vessel will take those fish to local markets. So these guys don't necessarily see mainland for a long time. The fleet is a vast and complex network among hundreds of vessels or fuel providers, fishing boats, tender boats, and reefers, some of which camouflage unregistered boats. Many ships spend long periods at sea where shocking human rights violations have been reported. Nearly half of those vessels had intermittently switched off their satellite communications, which is AIS, breaching the rules of the Regional Fisheries Management Organization. Without AIS on, no one really knows they're here, except occasional sailboat that sails through.
We've seen a ton of fishing boats and methods during our first circumnavigation, but nothing is more frightening than the commercial fresheners. In the Philippines, the Filipino outrigger motherships deploy mini outriggers, all fishing by hand.
How many boats normally? 1, 2, 3? 10
little boats, 1,000 kilos per small boat, and there's 10 of them. And they catch like mahi-mahi and tuna?
Yeah.
No nets.
No nuts.
Oh, so those are the fishing line?
Ah, yeah, that's a fishing line.
So they put some tuna on this and then
Yeah.
it goes behind the boat?
Yeah. One line, he can catch 20 fish.
At one time? Wow. That's incredible.
In Indonesia, we came across the bottom trawlers. Since the Java Sea is relatively shallow, averaging just 150 feet, they operate all over, dragging nets across the ocean floor, scooping up anything in their path.
Towing like a huge net. Like this thing must weigh like so much because you can see like the prop wash coming up. It's crazy.
But all of these methods are pretty basic fishing methods. No helicopters, no massive nets, no intelligence. The Tuamotus archipelago is located in the Western Pacific. We're fast forwarding now because we've already made landfall, but these rafts are floating FADs. FAD stands for Fish Aggregation Device. Basically, anything in this vast ocean that provides a little bit of shelter will attract tiny little fish and then bigger fish to the point where we have massive schools of fish under these FADs. These rafts are especially interesting because they're not anchored to the sea floor. They are floating FADs that often wash up on the shores of the South Pacific Islands.
It seems like a fad, but there's this thing, which is...
It's like a sensor thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like an ocean thing. Elmo ELMQ2.
Oh, shark!
Interesting, eh?
Yeah.
I feel like it's a scientific device because it has this thing.
Does it measure temperature or something?
Yeah, it must measure temperature. No idea what that is.
They have both a depth transponder that detects the fish mass underneath and transmits that data and its position via satellite to the fishing vessels. It's a really easy and effective way to gather and harvest fish.
Well, we'll get our snorkel gear tomorrow and check it.
Let's go then.
Willa, do you see this?
Yeah.
How many little green triangles do you count?
1, 2, 3, 4.
4 boats, guys. We are one of 4 boats out here in a row. We're not alone out here, Willa. Do you have the hiccups?
Yeah.
What did you just eat?
Cake.
Just ate cake. I really hope we're halfway, but who knows if we actually are. In terms of time. Distance, I think we're almost there, but time, TBD.
But this has been our view for the last weeks.
Isn't that cool?
So cool.
They go see the green flash tonight.
So
Look
the
at
conditions.
clouds. It looks like mountains there, and they're just clouds. It's so
Yeah.
cool.
Right now we're running our Code Zero head sail, plus our main, but the main's been down a lot because it's just been slapping too hard.
It's honestly a lot lighter wind than we expected. Once you like cross the equator and you get a bit south of the Galapagos, you're meant to have these trades fill in, but there's been these holes that we've been going through, and everyone's been hitting them. So there's a WhatsApp group of all the sailors that are out here right now. There's quite a few. Like, it's actually kind of surprising. There's probably like 10 boats in this a 2 to 3 day, vicinity, and it's good. There's a good safety net out here, which is kind of neat.
Behind us, I don't think you'll be able to see them, but there's a boat called Sabado, and they've been within 3 to 50 miles for the last 5-10 days. It's kind of crazy, where they're Lagoon 42, I believe, and they're very evenly matched in terms of sail inventory and performance. Now there's a weird thing happening on the water. I don't know if you can see it. They're little ripples.
There's current, man.
There's current here, yeah. It's really crazy.
We have a lot of positive current. Without it, we wouldn't be moving right now. It's excellent. It's so awesome.
Do you see that, Willa? That's a moonrise. That's the moon coming up.
And look at the stars for a little bit.
Yeah, you can look at the stars. Come sit on my lap. How many stars do you see?
So many. You have to leave your head up while waiting time for shooting stars.
That's right.
But it takes a lot of time.
Do you like living on the water?
Yeah,
See the moon reflecting on the water?
yeah.
So that moon's going to come up and it's going to be bright white later on.
Hey, Daddy. Daddy, can you show me where the island is?
Okay, so you see this black line right here?
Yeah.
We're going to the end of the black line, and there's the island. It's going to be another 2 weeks. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, we're doing a long drive.
What are we going to do on the whole time we're sailing?
I don't know. We could get lots of presents.
Are we going to catch some fish?
Yeah. Do we have fish tacos tomorrow?
Tacos?
Yeah, fish tacos.
Yeah, we have to catch a fish tomorrow. Maybe we'll have fish tacos.
Yeah, but if we don't get the fish tomorrow, no fish tacos.
Hey, one last little shout out to Drift for sponsoring this video. Don't forget to check out the link below. Use the code NAHOA, Nahoa, at drift.co for 55% off. See you next week.